Welcome to the Borealis experience. I'm your host Aurora, life coach and loyal companion here on this journey. And I'm very, very happy to be spending some time with you. Today is such a beautiful sunny day. The snow is melting. Feels like spring, although it is only January 13th. Very deceiving, but I totally embrace it. I want to talk about taxes and the weather today. Yeah, bear with me. I feel like as soon as I mention the T word, people just want to run away and want nothing to do with that. And when it comes to the weather, what do the weather and taxes have in common? I was originally going to talk about death as well, but that's going to be for another time. But death, taxes, and the weather are things that we cannot escape from. There's no running away. There is no avoiding. There is nothing you can do about it except you can face it gracefully. But most of us, me included, we choose to complain and bitch about the weather, hate tax season because it's so annoying to get all the paperwork done and to, realize that you could have worked each month a little bit throughout the year and it would have been easier. Now you sit there with a mess of paper. And every year it's the same thing. And when it comes to death, no need to talk about it too much in detail here, as I said earlier. But we can't escape it. We can just focus on the present moment and know that, yes, one day life will be over. And we want to know that we're able to pursue our purpose as best as possible and light people up and enjoy the juiciness of life. But death cannot be escaped. Now, when it comes to the weather, there's people out there who live pretty much in tune with nature and nothing can bother them. No weather can dampen their day, but there's people out there who have always something to complain about when it comes to the weather. And to these people, I want to speak today and say, hey, there's nothing you can do about it except dress warmly or dress accordingly and know that whatever energy you choose to waste when it comes to the weather, it is energy that you could be using to do something productive or to, build something, create something. It is energy that is being wasted when we keep complaining about stuff that we can't control. And same or similar, it goes for the taxes. Believe it or not, I was the person who was trying to avoid doing my taxes at all cost. And the weird thing is, I was employed in Germany back then, and it was always about getting money back at the end of the year or after handing in your paperwork. This is why the government was not after me, because I was not owing money, but I was actually getting money back. But I had so much resistance to do my paperwork that either it was a pain in the bum to address it and to sit down and to get things in order, or I didn't do it at all and was totally okay with not receiving money back. But if we know that tax season is going to roll around anyways, that you can't do anything, especially the people who owe money to the government, why not make it a little bit more of a priority to have your ducks in order? because you save yourself so much pain and suffering in preparing yourself for March, April. For some, it is June or July. And then you don't feel overwhelmed. You don't feel annoyed. You can actually enjoy your numbers. You can, see your numbers, see reality. And it can be weird and painful at times if your business was not doing well, if the business year was not really awesome, especially now during COVID. But it is something that is part of your life that you can't avoid. And the more you're trying to avoid it, the more problems are going to accumulate. So what I've done in the last couple of years is that every time I engaged in business, I had my little diary, a little journal, and wrote down what happened that day. And there I also included my receipts and took notes. And that only takes like 2 to 5 minutes. And of course, compounding these minutes, it amounts to a little bit of time that you're putting aside. But it's absolutely worth it to know what's going on with your business on a monthly, on a bi-monthly, or at least 6 months. That way you also will not have to face uncomfortable surprises. You will know what is going on with your paperwork, with your business. And I don't know, if I sleep better now that I'm a little more organized, and now that I know, okay, I got my ducks in order, I'm going to hand it in soon, and the accountant is going to be happy. And this is it. We oftentimes want to procrastinate because not only we are a little bit lazy, but because of the unknown, because of uncertainty, because of limiting beliefs. We feel like we're dumb. We feel like, our siblings, our parents always told us we were disorganized and messy. So we kind of have to live up to that statement now. And there's no point in becoming a little bit more orderly. But this is all in a reactive state. You are still reacting like a little child to your past and resisting stuff that is really not worth resisting. Don't get me wrong, there's stuff worth resisting and where it is needed and necessary for you to stand up against. But when it comes to death and taxes and the weather, there's not really a big point in trying to resist. Surrendering and learning tax literacy, so to say, is what you can acquire. And then at the end of the day, you'll be proud of yourself and you will feel like you got your shit together. And nothing can buy that feeling for you. You create it in yourself in getting a little bit more organized and knowing that you can inspire other people to do the same. It breaks my heart to see ladies and young gentlemen starting a business and doing really well in marketing and selling their stuff. And then come tax season, they have meltdowns and feel overwhelmed and want to throw everything into a corner and cry and feel like the biggest failure ever, even though they did really well all through the year. So sit down, have a look at your numbers, get your receipts in order, get your paperwork in order, and know that there is amazing people out there who can help you and who can teach you stuff to make things easier for you to not waste time and energy. And it is a big part of our culture, and this is why I choose to talk about it here. It is part of everybody's life, and we can make it an enjoyable experience if we decide to put a little bit of time aside to look at our numbers. In season 1 of the Borealis experience, I explain how physical health is important, mental health is important, financial health is important, and taking care of your money, taking care of your paperwork during tax season is going to deeply affect your mental health, and it's going to make you feel good. And if it's not making you feel good, reach out and ask for help. There's awesome accountants out there that, you pay them a little money and then they have your back. Or there's people out there who can teach you, and then you have your own back when tax season comes around. All right, this was just a little episode here for you today to, remind you that some things we can't escape, and there's no point in trying to resist. To save your energy, to save your time. This is what I'm here for, and this is why I choose to also talk about the uncomfortable topics that are part of our daily life. I want to send a very, very warm thank you to my sponsors here. I don't want to say sponsors, but to the people that donated to the show. You guys are incredible. This is how I can keep going. Thank you so, so much. And if you have the time, jump over to Apple Podcast and leave me a review there, or a 5-star rating is super sweet as well. Take really good care of yourself, and I will be out there very soon again.